The adventure continues. We are in Denver at a city park. No luck. So we are headed now to Serenito Springs Dam in Colorado. It's a little past Grand Junction, which actually stood out to me on the map that I needed to be called there. I don't know. But maybe that's in the water, so that's where we're headed. It's about an hour away, and then I will go live with that as well. Hey, though, doing this adventure and new chapter that I'm doing of living in my car, definitely a different mindset and having to rewire and overcome in different perspective and perceptions. Their level to the game, per se, activation as a player, too, where, you know, you play a video game, you have to search for things, right? Well, I'm searching for water. Well, it's actually closed off in certain areas, and then it's not where we could get water from, per se. Okay, so we found ourselves at a state park where we were at the reservoir, and there's swimming here, and I found a water fountain, so we are stocked up on water. Yay. Been nudged the past few days, and signs have been leading me to Washington. It looks like I'm headed to Washington. I am going to need funds for that. Universe? Resources, right? Gas money. Besides, you know, trying to find water, then it's trying to hold, you know, which side of the coin do you want to be on? You know, a house or a car? At least the car, you have freedom, right? To a point. You have to keep moving. You can't, you know, or you have to pay to stop somewhere and camp. I think I talked about this before. And a house, you know, you have a house or an apartment, but you're still paying a monthly fee. You're abiding by rules and you're stuck. You're only in one place. And the safety is literally just an illusion because it can be taken just like that. Because I am walking proof of that. Literally. You know, I was fired from my job in March from an owner that wanted to have sex with me for over 2 years and tried multiple times and text messaged and everything. Ended up firing me because I never gave in. And I'm not giving in to the Matrix either. So I couldn't afford the apartment. So obviously I had to move into my car because I'm not going to be somewhere I can't, you know, afford. Nor do I want to be there. Because at the end of the day, I was only there because I was finishing out my probation, which was already done. And I was just trying to collect resources so I could move forward. I was thinking Key West was where I was going to end up. But wow, what a turn of events. Washington. I lived in Washington years ago when I was married. And that was actually the turning event for me, believe it or not. So this is going to turn into a story. So when I was married, when I got married and everything, we were in New York and we moved to Washington. He got orders to Washington. No, that's not it. When I got married, within about 4 years, I wanted a divorce. He already cheated, everything, yada, yada, yada. So we decided we were going to go to Washington. He was going to get stationed in the Port Angeles area, which is on the other side, like, you know, the coast. And I was going to go buy a house in Spokane, which is right next to Idaho, which I did. And I bought a house with my VA, and we were separated, and I was going through the divorce. But as I, you know, learned later that, you know, I was married to a massive narcissist and wasn't going to let me go, I wasn't aware, and I wasn't aware of the tactics that were going to be played on me for the following year. But they were, and they did. And at the end of the day, we reconciled, if you want to call it that, and made union. And then we moved to the Seattle area, or I moved to the Seattle area, Spanaway area. I actually really did like it a lot, believe it or not. And yeah, but I had small children, and at that point in time, I gave in to what I was told and the fear, and a part of me died. So I think I was just hoping to find a new home or something. I didn't want to stay in Washington. We were at a rental, and I didn't like the rental. But so we ended up moving to Maine because it was closer to my family and it was the East Coast. even though my family ended up being non-family, we were still on the East Coast. So I was grateful for that, and Maine was amazing and a beautiful experience. But it's ironic that I'm going back to Washington, because in a long story short, and I hope you're still with me, I abandoned myself in Washington, and now I'm about to get it back. Well, I already have got her back, but I guess it's the closure of it. Because I abandoned her in Washington when I decided that I was going to stay married to a man that I did not love and did not love me. Only because I was scared to play this game and didn't think I could survive on my own. At the end of the day, abandonment is one of our biggest things for every single one of us. When we don't even realize it, that's actually one of the problems. Besides the guilt and shame, it's the abandonment, right? Being alone, being abandoned. Oh no. In a way, you're already alone. And abandonment is just an illusion, because if someone's going to leave you, they never were there for you in the first place. So, perspective, perception. It takes a minute to see over that wall, though. So, yeah. So we're sitting at a park now. We have a breeze coming through the car, so we're nice and cool. We're not burning any gas, so that's a plus. We're gonna have to figure out, I guess we're just gonna head that way and hope for the best. And again, I have sessions available, and my Patreon, I will still be posting content. So, join me for this, and yeah, any kind of donations and adventure tips would be much obliged.